Oh my goodness. What a day. What a day. Nana, we are having so much fun with you this weekend.
Yes, we are.
And she was on last night with us with Johnny. So if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you go watch that. We had a great conversation. It was actually like a really long episode with Johnny. We usually only do like 30 minutes. So that one went long, but it was a great conversation. And we went shopping today.
Yeah, got in trouble today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I bought chairs.
Supposed to be shopping for the business, to resell. And
but
of course,
I find pink antiques and
this would be so perfect for my house.
Yeah. So, and we went and saw a builder to possibly be Nana's next door neighbor. So it would be so nice to spend time with my mother and my sister here.
And Charlie cooks so good.
Yeah, and he can cook for all of us. That's great. And we'll go antiquing.
That's right.
That works. That works out really well.
Oh, what is that?
Well, he's got a timer on for dinner. He's cooking right now. So he's on his way. But you know who else is on his way is Clint Westwood.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We'll see him with you guys here at Happy Hour. Make sure you grab something red, drink something. Don't drink anything red.
Can I use it?
You can use Tupperware. Yes. Cheers. Cheers. We'll be right back with Westwood right after this. Happy Friday, Westwood. You are quite red.
I know. I got red going on everywhere. I got a red
Remember
thing.
everything. Yes.
I got red dye number 40 in my drink. No.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's always like, no, don't drink anything red.
No. I'm drinking Kool-Aid just like every other American.
It's got electrolytes.
With electrolytes.
It's got electrolytes.
Drink coconut water if you want electrolytes. Don't drink that Gatorade stuff.
Brondo. It's what plants need. It's got electrolytes.
That's what Papa always said about his beer. He'd be out,
Electrolytes.
mowing a pasture or something, come in. I had to have some electrolytes and grab a beer. That works. Oh, all right.
Hey, it worked out well.
That's right.
Works for me. Speaking of getting radiated and poisoned, there's some lawsuits going on with people being poisoned from radiation and
Really? Radiation and the prick?
yeah, there's so rumored.
And the food?
I'm not a news person, and I don't know that you trust them anyway, but
Nah.
Ooh,
Yummy.
there's all kinds of good stuff happening. Hold on.
Oh, yes.
Get out of the way.
Oh.
There's so much news. First of all, silver hit $31.
Woohoo.
Woohoo!
Wake me up when it's 100.
Oh, quit being cranky about it. Damn it. We need
Oh, I'm cranky.
every win. Celebrate every win, Westwood.
I'm not winning enough. I was told there would be much winning.
There is.
I'm ready for the much winning.
I'm ready for the much winning. This is interesting. Patriot 1776, who says his name might happen to be John F. Kennedy, said, "My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. God bless."
Bring it. Don't sing it.
There was incredible storms out of Houston.
Yes.
So my prayers and thoughts with my family and any of our friends that are in Houston.
Apocalyptic, they called it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It's biblical.
Yeah.
Biblical.
A million people without power.
Find it. Also, there was a big storm and the largest floating solar farm was destroyed in India.
Yeah. Build back better.
Build back better. Here is some of the scenes from Houston. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but 80 miles in Houston knocked down power or knocked it out for over 1 million residents. I know my brother and sister-in-law said their power was out for 18 hours. So this must have happened. How could it be out for 18 hours?
Well, this storm has been going on a while, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a slow moving storm.
Well, I mean, no, it may have hit fast, but then there was such extensive damage.
Oh, okay.
She sent us some pictures of
Yeah.
huge
those
electrical towers
trees
that are just
ripped out of
and
the
tree,
ground. And
yeah.
I mean, look at that. That is insane.
Yeah, it's really amazing.
Sides of buildings, windows blown out downtown, sides of
like a
buildings.
hurricane
Look
or
at
a
those
tornado
electric
almost. Yeah,
power
yes, she
things
sent some
out.
of that where there are even more towers that were
Wow.
collapsed.
That looks like what happens after happy hour.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a barge hit it or something. I don't
Oh, my
know.
goodness.
They, this week there was another barge that hit in Galveston, a bridge in Galveston.
How come you never heard about any of this stuff? Now all of a sudden,
Mhm.
you got barges hitting everywhere. I mean, is it a GPS thing? Is it a engineered thing? I mean, what is it?
I think
What is
it's
it?
a war thing.
I think you're right. It's a war on the infrastructure thing.
Yeah.
War on the people.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that video?
And maybe it's also the last hurrah of the deep state, because
Could be.
you're seeing a lot of stuff like Elon Musk saying, prosecute him or whatever, when somebody else says Fauci's lying and here's the proof or whatever.
Yeah.
So a lot going
And
on.
all of this information about toxic towns, thousands of Americans made sick by government nuclear radiation, calls for compensation. Well, how do you compensate poisoning someone?
Oh yeah, you're going to give me 20 years back?
Yeah.
And then the years that I suffered, you're going to make that up to me? How are you going to do that?
Yeah. I think the victim is at a total loss.
Look
The
at these
family
number of
might-
states radiation exposure.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah.
I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah. It's incredible. Yeah.
With John Davidson. That's incredible. And Fran Tarkenton. Remember that show? That's incredible.
No.
You don't remember that show?
Sorry.
Mm-mm. We didn't have TV for quite a while.
Oh, we were those families.
Yeah. You
Who
remember
needs TV?
my hippie mother. So
We need to go have a garden instead.
Yeah.
We were the Waltons, or whatever it was. What is it? Little House on the Prairie.
Here, feed these baby cows
4 times a day.
4 times. That's right.
They need to eat.
It's crazy.
Bottle calves,
Bottle calves. Yes.
That's why you're so motherly now.
Oh, you think?
Oh.
I don't think so. I think it was all my stuffed animals when I was little. I loved my little
Yeah.
stuffed
All
animals.
had names, right?
Oh yeah, everybody had a name, and they had a certain place on my bed.
I live that every day.
When I leave, then I'm sure they all played together and whatever. So I had to make sure nobody felt unloved or not in a great position. Or all the things. Lots of interesting things. IMF, Iraq pays IMF loans in full.
Uh-oh.
They repaid their IMF loans in full, supposedly. I don't know if that's
Look out. They're going to be going rogue and like having their own currency, that's like based completely away from the dollar or something, right?
maybe. Kind of exciting. Maybe that's what triggered Thomas Massey introducing the Interstate Milk Freedom Act. Oh no, this is different. Where's my one about the
Fed?
in the Fed?
Yeah.
The in the Fed one.
You got like two people, Rand Paul and Thomas Massey.
Yeah, this is the one Mom was talking about that Elon retweeted this. He's got an idea to prosecute Fauci. So
Good.
But the New York Post is exposing his lies about the virus. So I mean, it's all coming out. Big time.
Sure it is. I mean, and okay, just real quick. This is why you need to trust yourself. Because now they tell you the truth after the damage is done. You can't ever believe what they say. You've got to say, you know what, I'm going to do what I'm going to do and be damned with the consequences. It is what and that's what you got to do, because look what happens. I mean, you try to go along with these people, these vampires, and we kind of, yeah.
You get vilified, but when you know that you have the right information, you got to stick with it.
Trust yourself.
Yes.
Always. And you only have yourself to blame, and anyway,
There you go.
just look what happened. I mean, look, here it is. Perfect example. Well, I had to do it. No, you didn't have to. I mean, there were consequences to not doing it, but look at the consequences now. Anyway.
the consequences are, choose your life or choose your job. And no, Americans
I'll be happily unemployed.
should never be in that position. But it's incredible. And then there's this new bank accounts were found of the Biden family, which were received from used for receiving money from being laundered from China, Romania, and Russia.
Yeah.
While Biden was VP, over 240,000 in checks being directly wired to Biden with no explanation. Then there's another article that talks about they have like 175. Here's another tie to China. If anyone's interested, they might want to look into that.
Yeah, what they accuse the opponent of doing is what they're doing. See, they always project. So whatever they're blaming, their enemy, in this case Trump, for, that's what they're doing. So
Right.
that's the formula.
Yeah.
But there is some forward movement, like GOP advances Garland contempt charges after White House exerts executive privilege over the Biden audio. So they don't want to release that audio. And so Garland supposedly is
It's so damning.
going after them for contempt charges. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
Hey, have you seen this Ivan Reichland guy?
That sounds familiar.
He's a bald-headed guy, and I retweeted it today because I'm not familiar with him, and I saw something, that he started talking about, hey, this is how we're going to bring it all down. I don't know, it was a 20-minute video.
I played it yesterday, I think.
Yeah, the sheriff, deputizing people, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I
Um,
played that yesterday.
Mhm.
and what I liked, he said, I don't care who's president, it's going to happen. Because they're not worried about what happens in D.C., although, if you get the right person in there, things can change, to an extent. But he's like, no, we're going local at the county level, and that's how it's going to work.
Hey, guess what, Westwood? I got kicked off of Facebook, and you got kicked off of Twitter.
Thanks. Guilt by association. Well, let's see what we can do about that.
And you
Let me call in a favor. We'll see what happens.
I think it's a badge of courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to try to stream yesterday, and one of the places I stream is on my Facebook page. And it's now locked me out and said that I was a scripted account from the scaled, oh, look at my balloons, actor.
What did you say to make balloons?
I don't know.
They just go up randomly.
It is weird. It's really weird, but you saw that.
Yeah, I did.
Well, there you go. It happened right as Elon got back to me and gave me my account back. So we're good.
Did you get your account back?
Absolutely.
If I go refresh, you're
Do it.
Come on, man.
Do it live.
Stop.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Westwood.
This is bizarre.
Do you have Zuckerberg's phone number?
Could you
Let me come into the meetup so you can talk to him then. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Wow. Oh, Lord, I'm so tired of this.
No, there's nothing special about that. It does happen. It's usually on Friday night that it does happen, when I'm tweeting and happy hours going on. But what I did was you have to authenticate and prove you're a human to where you have to do this matching thing and pick. So what I just did, I should have put it on the screen. There were 9 seats in an airplane, and then it had like QRS, the rows. And then you had to put the person that matches the thing on the left, and it was like seat Q, middle seat. And so I put it in there, and then that got me in.
It's
was
also
kinda
an
It
intelligence.
was real cute. It was kind of funny.
Oh, it is funny that was cute, but it's
Yeah.
probably also an intelligence test. If you cannot figure this out, you should not be on social media. There should be some level of intelligence. That would
Right.
be a little vetting.
Yeah.
But we all deserve freedom of speech.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the guy. So I don't know. I don't know much about him. He was talking a lot of stuff, a lot of information, and
This
It's-
is probably why I lost my account yesterday.
probably.
That's so,
Go watch the video, everybody. Don't play
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Mhm.
So no, it was interesting stuff. He brought it down to the. Hey, it's just Mitch. He brought it down to the sheriff. He brought it down to the level of, hey, we're going to get deputized and we're going to arrest these people for crimes in counties that they committed, and then the local prosecutor is going to convict these people. We're not going through the federal courts anymore. And I'm like, that's right up my alley. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, deputize all these former military like him that got kicked out because he didn't take the, he's a
Again.
Green Beret, he says. And
Is the only way. So
there you go.
our justice system will move into more of a military because the military.
Maybe it's, but if you listen to this video, though, maybe military is the only way, but he's talking about 80,000 former military people like him doing it at the county level through the sheriffs.
Perfect.
It seems to me that somebody just had a rally that had 80,000 people in it.
Interesting.
I wonder if those people were all being sworn in
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
that event.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows?
Yeah, is that it? Yeah, I get that. It's huge.
Wow. I'll put this in the Telegram group for everybody so they can. I think I already shared it there, but let's do a double check just to make sure.
I'm winded. I need a cigar and a drink.
But if silver can hit $31, we can see this other stuff happen.
That's right. It's been suppressed for so long, and we
Yes,
knew
I
that was
know.
like the number that was.
And that was going to be also one of the end time markers, temporal markers, as Cliff would say.
Yeah, I mean, since what, 2010, 2011, I mean, when it hit $49, $50, I mean, when has it gotten over $30? I don't think it has until now, or at 30, broken above it and closed above it for a week.
Right. The
Yeah, it
80s
hit
when-
40 in the 80s because I think we bought some
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah,
And then
FOMO.
selling it
Everybody bought it then, right?
$1.
Lining
Yeah,
up to buy it.
everyone's buying. They're lined up to buy it then,
Mhm.
just like when Bitcoin was 60,000 or whatever,
Yep.
and everybody's
I
lined
gotta
up.
buy it at 70 grand. I gotta get some.
But when it
That
was
was
$3,000 in March of 2020,
Wasn't very attractive then, was it?
F that. That's going to zero.
that's a scam.
Damn.
Wow, there's so much going on. It's really exciting, and I'm bored at
Yes.
the same time.
Hey,
I'm like,
it's not just.
oh, it's happening.
Except we've been hearing about it for years.
I know.
You
Well,
know?
tomorrow's May 18th, 40 days after the eclipse. Big things are going to happen on the 18th, right?
Well, today's the 17th, so
Well, yeah. So it's like
you yourself.
we're in it. We're in it.
Yeah, we're on it or wait till tomorrow.
We're in it. Yeah,
Well, I'll drink through it.
there's it that way. Yeah, what a crazy, crazy time to be in.
Crazy time to be alive.
It is. I think we all chose it, though.
Yes.
We chose to come here and witness this. Like it or not, you're here.
Mhm.
Mhm.
No,
For
for sure.
what you wish for.
Let me see what else I sent you that I wanted to
Yeah,
talk.
you sent me some things, but I was busy putting up a trampoline. Mitch was helping me put it up. We got it done, and that's why I hosed off and all sweaty. And I got the new shirt on now. My daughter brought it out, so I'd look a little more professional rather than the tank top, Quick change artist. I'm AI.
Oh, this was an epic. So this is the kind of thing when I tell you guys, like, I see comms or I see things that I think are messages to me, or not just me, but like what's going on, what's really going on. I get SandCloud posting an ad for the Harry Potter that looks kind of like gold and silver to me, like those colors. And we're officially opening the doors to the wizarding world with our first ever Harry Potter SandCloud collection. When Kenan and I did the video about what's happening in Fortnite and all that, and there is this Zeus character coming up with lightning, and then that causes the sandstorm to happen. And of course, that all goes back to when Andy Sheckman was on with me a couple times. He talked about the Operation Sandstorm, which was like the derivative.
Sandman or Sandstorm? I don't remember.
Man or Sandstorm, I can't remember.
Doesn't matter. Her brain is like
Anyway.
Cliff
What
Knight's
difference at this point does it?
It goes through all this
I
stuff.
see connections on a lot of this stuff, and I'm like, oh wait, that goes with this, and this goes with that, and
Tequila just connected with my liver.
you're completely disconnected with your liver. Reconnect, embrace your liver.
No, I'm connecting with it right now.
Okay.
Talking to me.
So anyway, I think that that's where we are. And then I saw another, like, somebody retweet. I'm really sorry about the dogs.
Can
I
you
cannot
hear
stop
them?
them. I should send them.
Here,
outside.
actually, let me take them.
I'll go outside. Guys, let's go outside. Thank you, girls. Girls outside. Come on. I'll be back. Okay. They're so obnoxious. So what was I saying? I forgot.
Something about Sandman, Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Sam Bankman Pride.
Sandstorm coming in and it's just the bricks taking out.
Operation Sandstorm was bricks taking out.
All of the sand is all the people in Saudi Arabia. And
That sounds a little racist.
and all this stuff, and they-
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to say that.
It was like Star Wars stuff. We're talking about
Star Wars. Yes.
sand people at Star Wars and Obi-Wan. And,
Star Wars.
yeah.
Yes. But no, I was saying then somebody retweeted this. It was like a decode on where is it? Now I can't find it, and I know I retweeted it. There was a decode on a page, and it talked about Zeus taking out souls, and it was time for the brave to step in. And anyway, I think kind of that's where we are. This was an interesting educational video about how buildings are made, and I thought it was really good too.
Said that building 7, it was a progressive collapse, that it was caused by fire. Inner core columns, which was substantial, thick steel beams to withstand 4 or 5 times what the loads were. The engineers always over-design a building. No steel frame building has ever collapsed before or since 9/11. So that should say something right there. And it said that building 7, it was a progressive collapse, that it was caused by fire. But progressive collapse, unlike the Twin Towers collapse from the top down. That's a progressive collapse, floor by floor by floor. But if you look at the videos of building 7 collapsing, it collapses uniformly. It's collapsing from the bottom. The building stays intact all the way to the bottom of the ground, and you could see the sides caving in. For a building to collapse uniformly, which the video showed, all the load-bearing columns would have to be repelled simultaneously. Now, fire doesn't act like that. I came across an analogy of the Twin Towers, and if you could visualize cast iron stoves stacked one on top of each other. The stoves up at the top, yes, there's fire and they've been damaged, but the stoves on the bottom, they haven't been damaged. So the structure underneath all of that is intact. So it's impossible for a building to collapse near free fall speed and increase
without a controlled demolition.
You're running into the path of most resistance. So something else is going on. I don't believe that it was just the planes or the fires. I think that, and they examined the dust and they found what they call thermitic material, which is like an explosive incendiary, which was in the dust sample. And that's documented. There were reports of the buildings were undergoing an extensive elevator renovation in the 2 or 3 years prior to. All kinds of workers, they had access to the cores of the building. And on the day of the attack, the elevator company would not assist in the operations of the elevators. And the elevator company it subsequently went out of business. And a couple of years after that, the information is out there. At one time when I was heavily engaged in trying to get a new investigation, I definitely felt threatened. I felt threatened for my family, and it wasn't a pleasant experience. You have sworn testimonies from firefighters regarding explosions in the building. They were suppressed. Just somebody making a statement, especially from firemen and police, if they make a statement, I heard an explosion, that's grounds to initiate an investigation. The firefighters, a bomb went off. This is their own words, made that day. They just ignored it. Just like Building 7 was stand.
Just like they don't even teach about Building 7. But anyway, very interesting stuff. I'll share that into the Telegram group as well. If you're not on the Telegram group, please go join it. The link is in the description below, and it's free. If you want to support my work and direct message me, you can join me on Patreon and give a monthly donation, and then that supports my work and helps the channel. And you can DM me if you have information or questions or whatever.
Help the lovely Litecoin Lisa travel to meetups.
Yes, help me travel to meetups, please.
There might be one coming up. Am I right?
Oh my gosh, these people are talking crazy.
What?
We are employing Judge Mershon's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
See those eyelashes.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about
just a-
AG.
I don't
Point
think
of-
you
point of
know what
order.
you're here
President.
for.
Well, you the one talking about. I guess
I
you're still
think your
stuck in the
fake
courtroom.
eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr.
That's
Chairman,
beneath
would
even
you
you,
please
Mr.
regain
Order.
order of your
You.
committee?
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Green's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you
Meeting will
attack the
suspend.
physical
Meeting will
appearance of another
suspend.
person?
Are your
Move
feelings
her
hurt?
words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby, girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even
Oh my
play.
God.
Baby,
They are-
girl,
We're
I
gonna,
don't
we
think
are going to
so.
move, and we're going to take your words down.
I
Thank you very
second that motion.
So,
Was that AOC? Yeah, she goes, oh, girl,
Ms. Green agrees to strike her words.
scream.
I believe she
Chair
just
recognizes
apologized. No,
Mr.
She
Terry,
just
okay,
apologized.
hold on. Then after,
Lord, I'm not even listening to any more of that. Yeah. These are the people you want to make decisions for your
Cat fight! Cat fight! Cat fight!
ridiculous.
Uh, it's funny.
Marjorie Green is.
Trust yourself.
Sure, no, but it's also what a show. What a
Enjoy the show.
joke and a show
Mhm.
for all to watch and say, wait, what are they? They're up there and we're paying them and they're fighting about what?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Girl.
they're not asking how you're doing or what's going on. Westwood changed clothes.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
what?
Yeah.
You changed
Fast.
clothes.
Hmm.
It's
magical.
Oh, it's Westwood.
Yes. Can you hear me okay?
Him.
Okay. We got a major announcement.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We're having a meetup in June
I heard about this.
in my neck of the woods. And I've got all the details on clintwestwood.net. At the top, there's a giant 2024 roadshow link. You need to go to that and click on that, and you'll see all the details of what's happening, where it's going to be. It's all lined up, ready to go. Good times to be had by all. You see
This.
a live happy hour in the middle of
Whoops.
rural Illinois, in a small town, Illinois.
Right up here is where you can find all that information.
Click it.
Click it. Westwood.
I did my HTML coding correctly today. Yes. So there's all the details.
Is the room that new place on the square
Yes.
on the south? Is that on the south side of the
Yes.
square? Oh, I'm so excited. I haven't gotten to go there yet.
It's a big place. And I had my personal assistant line that up yesterday.
This
My
is
wife.
awesome. Oh, you're
And so, yeah, she talked to the guy and he's like, crypto, really? Oh, I'm interested in that. And so I'm like, all right, good deal. He's the owner. And so it'll be a good time because that's when they're having the carnival, which is like right there on the square. You can get your funnel cakes and elephant ears, and you can drink your beers and have live outside music and ride carnival rides and throw up and do all the fun stuff.
well. Hopefully, Uncle Paulie is coming to ride the rides with the kids again.
Yes. Ride the egg roll.
Yes. He was riding all these scary rides with the children. I was like, nope, I'm
Not
out.
me.
I'll be over here.
Yeah, he and I both.
Yeah, I know. Poor Mitch is over here like, oh,
Yeah. Mitch. Yeah. We
why are you
were,
walking funny?
we were not going to get on those rides.
No, but they've got that bar, and then there'll be a lot of people in town that day, so it'll be a good time. It'll be fun, and we're going to kick it off probably at probably 4 o'clock. He may open a little bit earlier, but I mean they usually open at 4, but he'll probably open earlier. I'll talk to him about it on that Friday, maybe 3 o'clock, but 4 o'clock for sure. The meetup will start. We'll probably start streaming at 4:30 to 5:30 for the live stream, the happy hour. And then after that, it's no holds barred. Who knows what's going to happen?
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is like one of my favorite times in Illinois in the summertime to go. And I'm super excited about it. Also, I'm going to put something on my website for anybody that wants to go thrift or shop with me on Saturday.
Oh, yes.
Full like tour of the area kind
I
of.
yes, exactly. I put some links below for people. So, I mean, if you want to like spend the weekend there's a lot going on. And I mean, right outside of town, there's a couple of Probably like 2 miles outside of town, there's a local brewery. I mean, you can see it there. It's you click on that Evergreen Brewing, and they
Okay.
make their own craft beers, and it's a nice. It's like a farm setting out in the middle of nowhere. So it's really cool. You can hang out there. You can stay at the carnival. It's open until 10 o'clock at night, and they have live music every night, bands.
That's
So it's a good time. So anybody wants to, have a little trip to God's country, small town America, Red County, in the middle of Illinois, we are the resistance behind enemy lines. And so let's keep that going.
I think it's funny that it's called Evergreen, but okay.
I know, right?
We'll give them a pass.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
we're reclaiming Evergreen as
Exactly. It's a little irony going on, a sarcasm, maybe, a little facetiousness.
Mhm. So that's something, but that's not.
Well,
where
no,
we-
there's a lot going on that weekend, so you will not be bored. If you're there's not that many meetups out there, so it's a good meetup. Come to this, see us live,
well,
hang out with us. If
other meetups, you go in like Spain and get arrested.
yeah, in this meetup, I'll actually send you free Litecoin. You download a wallet, write down the seed phrase. They'll give you the card to write it down, and I'll send you some Litecoin. You can see how solid money for the digital age works,
Awesome.
because that's how we roll.
I'm gonna see if this. Oh yeah, I cannot. Oh,
I know. It's on Facebook, and I'm like, because I don't have a Facebook account.
Look, though, Westwood, it says you're back on Facebook. Your account is no longer suspended.
Hey, that little, maybe Zuck heard and got my message. I don't know. We'll see.
Thanks for giving me a good word about
I'm
it.
hooking you up like a tow truck.
I love it. So this is the room in Metamora is where we'll have the meetup on Friday.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hey, is that the summer solstice? I mean, could things be aligning so much? I don't know. Let me look.
Usually is, I believe.
Oh, Lord. Longest day of the year. Whew. Bringing the light, baby.
That's crazy because literally when I tried to start this stream, I was still not allowed on Facebook.
Well,
Not until we started.
you
And then-
know.
Mom, yeah, Nana gives good vibes. Her
Okay,
granddaughter,
so
one of her granddaughters called her a hippie today, and I think it inspired her and like gave her energy. She's like,
yeah,
yes.
she's like, yes. Yes.
She's embracing her hippie.
Embrace the hippie.
It's so cute.
So yeah, the summer solstice is the day before on Thursday, June 20th at 3:50 p.m. So here we are, longest days of the year, and I think there might be a full moon that day too.
I love it.
Yes, moon
I'll let them-
phases
Yes.
2024. What do we have? Time and date. June 21st at 8:07 p.m. local time here is a full moon. So man, you're going to experience so much with
And
the Galactic Center.
this paradise. Stop playing. Sorry.
Casino. If you like to gamble, you can go to the casino,
Yes.
or we can invest in
It's
meme
also a
coins.
hotel, right?
Yeah, they have a hotel there,
That
So
and
you-
it's
if you like
really
to gamble-
close to Metamora, so it's
Yeah.
like a great place
right
for
down the
people
road.
to stay right down the road.
Yep.
If you're looking for other places to stay, and I think that's really good.
Well, Washington is down the road. It's a nice town. They've got a lot of shops on the square if you want to go shopping. That's probably where Lisa's going to be on Saturday
Now,
shopping.
make sure you look into like Airbnbs or
Yeah.
things like that.
VRBO, I think there's some homes on VRBO you can rent on the golf course. I think they have a big house you can rent if it's available. So come hang out, have a good time.
Also, yeah, that's perfect. Okay, let me remove that. Chet Fed Pal test positive for COVID.
Who?
I'm sorry. Fed Pal test positive for COVID. So you know that Tom Massey put in that bill to end the Fed yesterday,
And Jerome Powell has COVID.
and
now.
Jerome Powell has
And he's
COVID.
working from home.
We're sending our regards.
Oh, Lord.
Very nice.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Fed Pal,
That's bizarre.
get well soon. So that
Get well soon. We want you to get well.
what do you think? Tell me some news.
Well, everybody's talking about silver and how great it is, but somebody's been talking about nickel a little bit. And right now, yesterday on Hash It Out, I said, hey, every nickel that you buy is like 6.25 cents, Today it's 6.5 cents. So nickel and copper are going up. So, I mean, you know, if you want to go take a $100 bill into the bank, you walk out with $130 in nickels for $100. Just saying, nickel and copper. Don't underestimate those.
There was a copper handled mug or glass with like a cordial cut to clear crystal red glass in it. And I was like, I almost bought it just for the copper because I was
Hey.
thinking about precious metals and
I know.
silver going up.
Yep.
Is that kind of, so I'm curious if historically, like when silver went up in the 80s and all that, did other metals follow? Did copper go up as well? Did nickel?
Well, that would be interesting to check that out.
Wonder.
Probably because when we first moved to the ranch,
Mm.
that guy was trying to steal some copper
Oh,
rounds off the place. And remember, I stopped it. I had the shotgun in the road, and the
Yes,
sheriff drove up.
Mom was,
We're trying to,
yes,
you know.
mom standing in the middle of the road with a shotgun, keeping the thieving. Yeah.
Keeping him from leaving the property till the sheriff.
Till the
got
sheriff
there.
could get there. So she was like, I didn't point it at him, but she's just standing there holding this
You
guy
know,
to
Now
wait
that would be an image.
for the authorities to
yes.
show up.
Too bad
That
cell
I
phones
wish I could capture.
could have live streamed it.
Mhm.
Oh man, if only.
That may be your portrait. Like if we could do a portrait of Nana, I may try to do
Yes,
it.
that's what I was thinking, like a picture of that, just like some artist out there.
AI
just-
generator.
puts it up on the wall here.
Road with a shotgun.
I've got the beautiful Nana in the hat over here on the wall. We need the shotgun Nana in the street,
We could recreate that at
Oh,
West.
yeah.
and then we'll play Jason Aldean in the background. You know, so like try that in a small town. You know, all that
Right.
stuff. Yeah.
Oh Lord. Yeah. The other day on WBRT, one of the questions was if you had like whistleblower kind of information on a government agency, would you write a book? And everybody's like, you know, most people were pretty clear in there. Yes, no, you know, I would be worried for my family, whatever. I was like, I have no choice. I was like, my mother already did that when she looked into the chicken industry and had her life threatened and whatever. And so I said, I come by and honestly, I know I would.
All right.
So,
Lisa says, "What difference at this point does it make?"
yeah.
You gotta do
What are they
you
going to
gotta
do? Cut me off of Facebook?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh, okay.
Kick you off the earth.
Kick me. Yeah. What are they going to do?
Lisa will be out there. You and your fake eyelashes and your no, it'd be you and your khaki pants and blue polos. I know who you are.
Patriots don't wear face masks. Fed.
You and your bandana and glasses.
Yeah, I'll be screaming fed.
Your aviators.
That all match with the same watch. They all have the same watch on.
Yeah,
That's
And
so obvious.
and it's not a watch from Coin Vigilante. You know, we know that.
That would be a
Ooh.
classic.
Definitely not.
Charlie's got dinner ready.
You can go. You may go.
I'm out of here. Charlie has made
You're like,
stir fry magnifico.
Yes.
So I love you all, but
Mom's
love
in.
you too. I know I'm not Johnny. We can't go an hour and 40 minutes. You know, like last night. Getting it short, Westwood. See ya.
I still love you. But you know,
I love you, Nana.
I mean, you know how it is.
You know, I love you both, but there's
She
more love.
chooses him over me.
Yeah, although
He,
you know,
he is the favorite child.
it's my, you know,
Yeah, he is her favorite.
it is what it is. What can
It
I
is
say?
what it is. That's what it is.
Adios.
And forget about it. Bye.
Obviously, or not.
No, they're
Leave 'em out?
fine.
Okay.
You eat in peace
Is this my
and leave the dogs outside.
Food's overrated. I just want to drink. Anyway. Now, Charlie makes a good deal. Good meal, though. Good meal. Yeah. Oh, there will be no spaces tonight. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'll do spaces tonight. I'm going to sneeze. I feel it coming. Oh, Lord.
If you talk about it, it won't happen. Or put your finger right under your nose like
I'm gonna
that.
send you a picture of this so you can.
I look like a rabbit.
You hear me, girl?
Or you know, bewitched. You know.
Oh gosh, I saw a whole thing about that. That
Oh,
was
yeah. Darren. Wasn't his name Darren, the old boy? And
Which
bewitched?
one? Which one?
Darren. Darren or
Okay.
Darian.
I don't have my phone with me.
Oh.
I don't know where. Oh yes, I do have my phone with me.
Yes. Hey, come to the room. June 21st, 2024, Metamora, Illinois. There's a courthouse there that Abraham Lincoln used to practice law in, if you care about that kind of thing.
That is a really cool historical story. It's in the movie about Lincoln, where he helps the woman who's in an abusive marriage. He
And there's a statue in the park in the square. Yep, with her and him.
This is what Mom is eating. That she had to
Oh.
text me a picture.
Look at this. I mean, she's
Delicious.
technology.
So
Virtual
it's
food.
really cool because there is a statue in the park, and I wondered, like, is that really how tall they were? Was Abraham Lincoln not
Probably.
tall? Because people were smaller then. Like, I just bought
The
these
top hat.
chairs today, and my grandmother would have loved them because she loved tiny things. She loved small chairs because she was real tiny. And
Speaking of small things,
tell me about it, Westwood. Oh gosh, your mother.
it's part of the bar collection.
I love your mother. I wondered, is that your mom shopping when she buys from us, or is it Pops too?
Oh, it's her.
It's Mom. Oh,
And it's so funny because she wrote
he showed
she
me the
wrote,
car.
she wrote a note to go with it, and she says,
Aw.
"You know what this is?" And I said, "I don't. You know, it looks kind of like." She says, "It kind of looks like a bug. Kind of looks like a
Oh, it
Volkswagen
does
Beetle."
look like
Hey,
a
look at
bug.
it. Look at it.
Yes, it does.
And so she had to buy it, and because of the historical value, she wrote me a little note. She says, "Hubley cast iron Chrysler Airflow coupe
From the
made in 1930s," and she says Charlie Davis's mother's.
yes, it was. It was his
So I
father's.
treasure it, and it's going in the bar collection because there's a piece of everybody in the, here in the bar. I mean, that's what we do. We put all that together. So this is like the Mecca.
That is the sweetest thing. I love, love, love that.
Yes. Yep. So I just
Thank
gotta
you, Miss
put
Kat.
shelves up and put stuff on them because
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff.
Your wife's really good at that, though. She's good at
She'll
decorating.
say, "Put it there. It looks good there." And I'm like,
Yes. And she's like, and get on a
"I'm gonna
ladder.
go get the big ladder."
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm kind of ape-like, but I really don't want to climb anymore. Anyway,
You don't like being away from the earth. I know.
I really don't. I'm like grounded. I'm like Tilly. Tilly like jumps up on me and tries to like do things, and then I pick her up and she's like, "Ugh." Then she's up and she's like anxiety, like, "Oh God, I got to get back on the ground." Oh, she's gonna
how
throw
funny.
up. No,
Yeah.
she doesn't like to be off her feet.
That
I'm the
is-
same way. I don't like to be off my feet, or at least touching me around in some way.
That's good. Yeah, my dogs know when I'm leaving the house because otherwise
They
I'm.
know.
But if I put my shoes on, they're like,
Oh yeah.
leaving.
If I go in and spray some of my cheap cologne on, they know. They're like, "Oh no, he's going somewhere.
Really?
He's leaving us."
That's their trigger, huh?
My 5-year-old cologne, because they never
Wow.
buy me anything else. They know.
That is funny.
God love them.
So,
All right, chat. All you chat people, you're coming to the meetup, right? I mean,
yes.
where else are you gonna go for the summer solstice? Everybody travels, all this way to go see an eclipse. Why don't you come see Westwood and Lisa, or Lisa and Westwood?
Hmm.
Come see a live happy hour in a real bar.
We would love that. I'm
Talk some
excited
crypto.
for this new bar too.
I know.
Mhm.
I am too. I want to give the local people some business. That's what I want to do. I'll pay with cash, and I'm going to see if I can pay with crypto. I mean, that's kind of the goal here. That'd be kind of neat. Pay with Litecoin for some, I don't know, bush lights.
Whatever works. Yeah. Stop. Rebel Rose, stop.
Rebel Rose. Oh goodness, I don't know. There's so many things that I did not write down that happened this week. It's too much.
Okay.
I
know it's a lot. This is where, but in Cliff Eye's data, he talks about that there will be so much news coming out each day that it'll be like a month's worth of news in a day.
It will. What'll happen is, to most people, it's going to do a mind on you, because you're not going to be able to keep up, and you're thinking there's so much. And so what you got to do is just walk away, connect, and go out and get in the grass and get some chiggers all over you, putting up, trampolines and, rolling around in the dirt. And you just got to get away from it and don't pay attention to it, because you got to do real stuff, real things, get around real people, Quit listening to the nonsense that, all this, whatever. You know what's going on, and if the solar flare is coming, you'll see it. Might get some beautiful lights out of it. Look at the bright side of
But
life.
now
right?
they're saying that could have been HARP.
Harping. Little harping.
Yeah, harps. Anyway, but they're also saying then people were showing like the Doppler or whatever that they use for weather, and that may be bad for us too. I don't know. A lot of things happening, it seems like.
Indeed. Sorry, I had to mute it. What you got?
Oh, these little things for your meetup.
Look at this. This is my beautiful wife. She says, look what I got. Some things for your meetup. Little baskets. Baskets for fries, onion rings that we can cook in the air fryer, all this stuff. Look at this. Yeah.
That's great.
Winning. I'm winning.
Yeah. No, and she always makes.
And you know what they just did? They're walking out to the trampoline because it's a hit. See, it gets
good.
Everybody's excited for the trampoline.
Oh, I'm
And
excited.
so, and I got one that's like the best dynamic weight limit that I could find. It's like 425 pounds. Somebody jumping on it. So, Polly, feel free to get in there and jump on it.
Polly will.
I'll get in there and jump on it, but just not together because we'd probably exceed that. But for one person,
Polly might be too
the
much.
static weight limit's like 1,500 pounds. But if you're gonna be jumping on, it's like 425.
Wow.
So it's out there by the pavilion. Good things coming. We got something else showing up next week. Gonna make it a fun time here at Westwood.
Cool. Wow. All kinds of stuff happening.
Absolutely. Scooter is ready to go. New battery in it. Ready to start right up and go for a little ride. Lovely Litecoin Lisa in her new hat. You get a
My
picture.
new hat that Thuran bought for Team Mighty. Thank you, Thuran. And thank you to Benny. He sent another he's been really consistent with sending donations to Team Mighty, which helps things keep going. And, like we had to file the taxes for Team Mighty, and you have to do, and of course you have to pay for all that stuff. But so I really appreciate that continued support as well. And the family that we were benefiting this year is back in Tennessee. The little boys having Mighty Miller's having some health challenges, and so they were really the mom sent me just the sweetest note and said thank you so much, and you don't know how much this means to us to be able to have just a little extra right now. I think that's kind of where we all are with this Biden economy and the dollar being dissolved to nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they're just going to inflate. I mean, it's the big swear thing. I mean, he's probably going to be proven right. They're just going to inflate it until we die. They're just going to keep printing it up. And everybody's playing their role to let it happen. Just keep printing it up, because you got to kill it. I mean, I had this discussion last night with Mitch. I mean, it's like, where does it end? I mean, what do you do to fix it? I mean, how do you, what do you do? And it's just, yeah, basically. So you try and find sound things, that you can acquire that, hopefully hold some of the energy that you work for, and you're seeing gold and silver respond. I mean, crypto will respond too, but ultimately it comes down to, the things, the people, the real stuff around you, the connection that you have to, the hotline to God, that kind of thing. Trust yourself, get right. I mean, and that's what it is. Don't count on these people to save you. They're a bunch of vampires. Tractor going by. He's going to go spray some Monsanto glyphosate. Oh, bear now, on the field. Yeah, good stuff,
Oh, no. Well, that's what, there's all these stories are coming out now. Like now we're not so crazy. We're I think the conspiracy theory will take on a whole new life for itself.
See, that's why I don't make that many videos anymore. Cause I'm like, y'all are getting it now. I don't need to say anything. I'm just like, yeah, cool. I'm glad y'all get it.
Yeah.
Tired of screaming into the wilderness.
No, it's crazy. So there was this report that China sold their record sums of U.S. debt amid signs of
Get rid of the treasuries. Gone.
treasuries.
And here's the thing with China. The last time I looked, they only had like $3 trillion worth of treasuries. It might be more, but you think about it. We're $35 trillion in debt, and everybody says, China's going to dump all their treasuries. Okay, if they've got, say they have $5 trillion, that's 1/7. mean, we'll just print it up. The Fed will monetize it, and see, that's where we're at, to where it's like, it's just going to come out of nothing. So they're just going to run it hot and break it. And at some point, people are going to say, okay, yeah, we got to start figuring it out on our own. And if it's a Bitcoin standard, if it's a gold standard, silver standard, whatever it is, a Litecoin standard would be good. These other countries are going to realize that it's all they can do is print.
Right.
And,
No, I agree.
if
with
the U.S. military, look at all the bases. If we can't fund those bases anymore, then, hey, we can't protect Israel. Hey, we
That's
can't
why
protect
we
all of
need
you.
to in the Fed and
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is
Stop the printing.
Reserve Abolition Act. Let's see.
Yep. Thomas Massey out of Kentucky. I think he's in Western Kentucky. I might move to that district, but it's, there are some good people out there that want to do it, that want to change some things. And I mean, it's good I think more than anything right now, the people in Congress, I believe in the Dick Allgaier vision, to where they're hanging their hats and it's like, it's over. We have no power. I think we're already there. We just haven't realized it. But
Yeah.
the people who are in Congress actually educating people and saying, hey, let's end the Fed. Well, why do we want to end the Fed? Well, because they create money out of nothing and they create inflation. And that's what's causing all the problems. Why you need to make more money, because pay for more stuff that, the money's flowing into that they created. And so I think it's the people in Congress right now that are educating people that way. That's all you can do, because they're not going to change it. But you can change it at a local level, a personal level, and get into things and do different things for your family, for yourself. And like we've talked about for years, like you talk about with Johnny. Those things, you just disconnect from it and just wake up and just like opt out. And as more people opt out and realize the scam, it really can't stand on, it's a house of cards.
So this maybe, I wondered if this was what would cause Congress to do the puking thing, because they're doing this investigation about naked shorting. And they said they notified Congress last week. There's investigations about it. There's supposedly something to do with Citadel. And anyway, they're going to investigate them and we'll track them down, he says.
Track them down.
That's pretty incredible. Also,
Vampire hunters. That's going to be the new thing. The road to hell is paved with unsanctified vampire hunters going forward. So, instead of going to college and getting that piece of paper that the wizard can give you, become a vampire hunter. Learn some skills. Get that little vampire kit. We need to start selling vampire kits, with all the tools.
I'll do that. Does it include instructions on like a copper map? I thought about this. There used to be a project.
A silver Litecoin round in it,
I think Mitch introduced us to that project where they had beacons and they had like maps, and you could go in and do like a check-in, and you got like a points or whatever to work within that system. Coin, or what was it called? Coin?
Could be a coin, a token,
What it's
call it
called.
whatever you want. If it works in the ecosystem, then it works.
Right, but if Uncle Cliff talked about that those video cameras that the police have or whatever out
Oh
everywhere
yeah, body cams.
have a bunch of copper in them. No, the ones that like lights and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's like 5 pounds of copper in these things. Just
5
saying.
pounds. Yeah, 5 pounds of copper. Yeah, well, crazy.
That's real stuff that takes real work. You think about this. Here's a 1 ounce copper round. Here's a 1 ounce silver round. These things take a lot of work to get, and then it's a lot of digging. A lot of stuff has to go into it to get it. It's just sitting there, not serving any good purpose. Something to think about.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You can make jewelry. You can do all kinds of things with copper. Keep giants away. I don't think they like the copper. I don't know. Witchcraft, put the copper around the perimeter, property. I don't know.
This was interesting to me. I wanted to get your thoughts on this. So Governor Stitt which is the Oklahoma State governor, he has launched the Oklahoma State Work Permits and Visas Task Force, finding ways to create opportunities for people who want to be here and contribute to society. So it's an executive order out of his office, which I think is only allowed when you're in a emergency state, that he could do an executive order. So I'm kind of thinking like, that's another sign of like, we don't really know what's going on, but you do if you're paying attention to the law and know what's happening. But he's talking about Chinese nationals coming in, and it's not aimed at honest, hardworking Hispanic or other international migrant populations. Let's see. The task force shall study, evaluate, and make recommendations regarding policies and programs that will allow for immigrants here to pursue the American dream and contribute to our workforce, to secure permits, work visas, or similar documentation permitting them remain for established timeframes without threat of separation from their family. Also provide universities, aviation companies, farmers, ranchers, oil and gas, and other industries the ability to hire and retain immigrants who do not present a threat to the communities. So there was a gentleman recently, I believe it was in Oklahoma, who he was brought here illegally as a child. He is now 60 something years old, and he applied for Social Security and found out that he was not a legal resident, and so had never paid in, or he might have been paying, it might have been taken out of his check.
Yeah, it could have been.
To his account or whatever. I don't know how that happened, but you just think about like, can you imagine being ready to retire and you find out, no retirement for you.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Right, because your
Willy
parents
Wonka.
are here illegally. But
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know.
I think, we're all, you want to get into that thing.
We're
I
all
mean,
here illegally.
we're all kind of participating in a scam system. I mean, we kind of signed contracts into a scam system and not a sovereign system.
Right.
Starts with a birth certificate and everything.
There you go down that
Yeah,
route.
everybody will internalize that at some point. I mean, you'll just get it. It'll just be that awakening moment where it just clicks. Just kind of like with crypto, it just clicks. You're like, okay, yeah, I understand this now. It's just this overlay. That's all they've done. It's this matrix overlay that they put upon the land to have us participate in, and serve a system, and I don't know. More and more people are getting it because the money is going to unwind it. The excess money that's getting created, that's not real money, will unwind that and cause people to awaken. And that's where crypto is important, because it teaches people about what money is and what it's for and how it can be used, how you can hold it, be sovereign.
Yeah. It is very interesting. I'm trying to go through the chat and make sure I say hi to everybody. Silver $200. That sounds good. That's a good starting place.
Yeah, starting point. Yeah.
That was one thing that I think it was Bill Holt. Is it Bill Holter?
Bill Holter? Yeah.
On John Claude's channel, he said in the charts, there is nothing on any of the charts between $30 and $50.
No, it's like wide open.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that it closed over $30 for the week, because last week you saw it kind of was bumping and they're like, okay, keep it under 30. That's a big number. We don't want to keep it in there. Well, this week, I see it's kind of boom, boom, boom. I don't know what it closed at today, but I looked earlier, it was like 31.50 or something.
31 something.
If it's over 30 and it closes the week going into the weekend, it causes a lot of people to think, and I wouldn't be surprised if this weekend, I'm not panicking anybody, but you'll see people like going and buying this stuff online because the price doesn't change. It's not like crypto where it's open 24/7. They're going to look at it and say, well, holy crap, it's $31. I mean, what happens if it just starts running to 50 now? I think I need to get some. So they buy it over the weekend.
Monday
could be a, if they don't control it Monday and tamp it down and really knock it down with something, look out. I mean, because that's true. Between 30 and 50, there's no resistance really. I mean, it's just like up and away.
A big test though to see what happens on Monday.
Yeah. This upcoming week should be important. Maybe the 18th actually could be a marker. I don't know. We'll see. All I know is if you've got it, I mean, here's the thing. Dave talked about it last night. What's the problem here?
Agreeing with you. She's like,
yeah,
that's
yeah, she's just
we
agreeing.
talked about it.
Yeah.
We know what's happening.
Yeah, we heard it last night. All right.
We heard it last night.
But no, Dave talked about, he took 2 ounces of gold and sold it for things he needed for his house to finish it. And it's that peace of mind of knowing. And the thing is, he talked about when he bought it and it held value and he needed something now. And so he used it. And I mean, and that's what this stuff is for. And so as the price goes up and you're like, well, wait a minute, I need this and I couldn't get it before, but now all of a sudden, I got $35 silver. Maybe I'll buy something with it. Yeah, it's probably going to go up, just like he sold the 2 ounces and now it's up a little bit. But it's still money. It's money that holds value, and that's why the nickels are worth so much. That's why a 1964 quarter is worth like $6 right now. 5 quarters minimum wage. Okay, let's do it again. 5 quarters, and we'll do this on happy hour. When we're live. In Metamora at the room.
That's $30 an hour.
Yes, $30 an hour.
Wow.
That's what minimum wage has to be at this point, though, for people to make it. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. If you're going to work and raise a family and buy the stuff and all the expensive, pay the car payments, pay the insurance that keeps going up, taxes that keep going up, you're going to need, you should be making $30 an hour. That's what minimum wage should be in silver terms.
When eggs are $9 a dozen, you should be making $30 an hour.
Yeah. I mean, but see, that's the thing. $1.25 was minimum wage in 1964. Those 5 quarters, which represented $1.25, are worth like $30 now.
Right.
If you'd held them. So it maintained purchasing power. And so with Dave's example, it maintained his purchasing power, and he needed something today because it's like, well, I ain't got much of an income. I'm blind, I'm disabled, and I can't go out and do, a lot of things that other people can do.
Yeah.
But what I invested in, something that held value, now I need to use it, and that's what money is for. It's not a leaky battery that, oh, shoot, I have these batteries, and now they don't work. I say, well, gold works.
Protecting or retaining your wealth or your assets, your energy. It's about
Exactly.
protecting that and not putting it into something that's going to,
Oh, put it into the, they're bragging about the stock market. Oh, it hit 40,000 the Dow yesterday at 40,000. First time ever. And they're all, and oh my gosh, in 7 years, it doubled. And I'm like, yeah, but it's still not really keeping up with inflation.
Like I make 10x on the stuff that I put in my store.
Right. Exactly, because you're finding real value, things that are valuable that people want. And this is something, a relic of history that somebody wanted, and now it's in the Westwood Bar, and now it's sanctified in the Mecca. Of
I love it.
But it's just, I mean, that's what we need to do. We need to start looking at real value. And I mean, if what you're doing is important, Lisa. It's illustrating that there are valuable things out there. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And you're using the tools that are available to get that to people that, oh, I need that. I want that. And nobody else wanted it. I'm going to take it for a quarter.
America was always, I think there's rumors or whatever that America was always supposed to be Art Deco. That was supposed to be our era of after the Great Depression, or maybe it was
in the 20s and,
all the Great Depression. America was supposed to be built as this beautiful Art Deco. And so if you think about that we've, if the supply chain is broken and we go through this transition and our dollar's worth shit, if we start building beautiful things again, we're building value. It's just like the Litecoin community.
Yep.
With one of the things I love the most about the Litecoin community is when Mom introduced us to cryptocurrency and the community welcomed us. And I was like, man, they're not threatened. They're not thinking, oh, there's more people here because there's less Litecoin. They're like, no, you're bringing energy into our ecosystem. So the more we have good, productive, and I think that's where Governor Stitt's saying, we're going to create this task force, and we're going to not the Chinese, whatever, that are here illegally and want to hurt people, but if you have good, productive families that want to work hard and want the American dream, then you make the community better when you all work together. And so I love that so much. You're more together and there's not less than anything. in the community. And so for me, that's like the motivation of my love of crypto and my love of understanding that different system and opting out. Like Johnny says, you know, we're not reading rules for typewriters. We're not making those, don't apply to us because we're using something else, you know. So I'm all for it. I'm all for the new future where community embraces each other, builds beautiful things, appreciates each other, and we all have the freedom to choose what we want to invest in.
Yeah, we live in a land of abundance. You know, I can look out here, I see the abundance. As much as they pollute everything with all the chemicals and all the petri dish of the farm fields and all that stuff, I mean, there's so much abundance in this country. I mean, so much beauty in this country, so many great things that we have to offer. And it's up to us to you know, envision that future. And you think about it, you know, all the beautiful buildings that used to be built. Well, then comes the Federal Reserve in 1913. And yeah, you had a little bit of bump at the beginning, but well, let's start a war now, you know, because we can fund it out of nothing. And so that's what we've been at, perpetual war. And we've had vampires running the casino, creating these poker chips that everybody is willing to accept, but it's getting to the point to where it's become so devalued that people are catching up and realizing that how long does this thing go on? I mean, you know, how do we stop this whole thing? And, you know, we have to start looking at the past and what worked in the past. I mean, because there was a lot of beautiful things, a lot of strong communities, a lot of things that were valuable in the past that were kind of untethered to the money. And that's why, you know, constitutional money is silver, basically. It will return, and it's up to us to, you know, foster that and envision that and manifest that going forward, because that's all burning down. All that stuff's burning down now.
That's where I think Bitcoin got hijacked or whatever.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, that's the one thing that I think we can hijack. And that's what they did.
Yeah, they started chasing number go up, which was chasing after fiat, which enslaved all of us. And so when you change and think about what you value, what do you value? Stop valuing a dollar. What do you think? So there was a pastor that she's a great lady, and she was a children's pastor, and she would do this speech every year to like new families or whatever. And she's like, you know, most people, if I ask you what you want for your children, you'd say for them to be happy. But we
trampoline out in the yard.
Yeah, trampoline out in the yard. But we see people every day, their kids sad and mad or getting punished because they didn't work hard enough at the sports game, or they didn't get a good enough grade. Well, that's not your kid being happy, is it? Like,
no.
But because we've been trained that our children
comply with the system and do well in the system and be accepted by the system. You need to do better in the system.
That's successful by the world standards,
right,
to find happiness. Right. And that means you have to have the right job, and you have to make a lot of money and know the right people to get the right job. And that means you had to go to the right school, and you had to be involved in all these sports, and you had to do all these things that made you freaking miserable, so that you would be happy one day. Maybe in the future you'll be happy, but right now you're going to be miserable because you're going to follow the system.
When I store up all those poker chips, I'm going to retire and I'm going to travel.
Yeah, okay. One day.
I'm going to travel to Walmart to put my vest on and say, welcome to Walmart.
Yeah, then you're too sick or old to do any of that. So, like,
can I see your receipt, sir?
Really have to, we have to change our trajectory of stop buying into their lie of them making a pathway to happiness for us and our children, our families. We have to say our happiness is today. And today our happiness is community, you know, relationships, finding little pretty things, whatever your happiness is today, like choose that every day.
Yes, as Benny said, live right now in the you know, in all that is. And I just posted that. All that is, and enjoy all that is, and enjoy the company of others, enjoy, you know, coming to a meetup, you know, and being around good people, meeting good people, making connections. And I have people reach out to me and says, oh, you're having a meetup? What are the details? So here are the details. Go to clintwestwood.net and find the details. Because I do, you know, last week I had people that I met at different meetups in the past. They're like, hey, what's going on? Because there's that hunger, there's that need to be around, you know, positive things and things that are good, rather than the decay that we're watching. And that's fine. Let it decay, and we'll just move on, go over, sidestep it. You know, that's what we have to do, sidestep all that nonsense.
Yeah, and when we do these meetups, like they are, like we do the show, but there's so much time before and after where we just chill with everybody that's there and hang out and share stories. I learn a lot from people that come to the meetups.
I know they have so much information. Everybody,
Yeah,
everybody's got their whole library of information.
share a lot of wonderful, wonderful information and time with each other. Where we love seeing you guys in the chat, but it's so cool when we get to give you a big Westwood hug and see you in person. So
Absolutely. I mean, that's really what it's all about. I mean, it's just that grassroots, feet on the ground, real people stuff. It's not, shilling this or selling that or, doing all this stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm tired of playing the game. I'm tired of playing in their casino. It's just, what are we going to do? What are we going to do about it? Our county, this county right here, voted out of committee. And, this is, it's taking control at the local level. And they had to hash it out. They had to go through it. But last week they voted and said, listen, we're going to bring this to a full vote to the full board next Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, to where they're not going to offer any services to anyone who is here illegally. And, they're going to move them out of the county. And it's just, we're not going to pay for it. We're not going to fund any of this stuff. And it's like, you can do whatever you want at the national level, but here we're not going to do it. And I mean, you think what you want of that, but the thing is, your money that you work for and you're paying for all this stuff. And so you get to decide, and enough people in your county decide this is how it's going to be. That's how it's going to be. And if you don't like it, then, you go somewhere else where it's accepted and you see how that works out. So, I mean, we are in control. We have the power. I mean, this is, it's basically our land. It's our property. It's our stuff, our services that we're paying for. And, you got to start at the local level and build from there. I mean, and that's really what it comes down to.
Well, and if that guy's tweet is true, the 80,000 former
He's ready to go. I know that.
Sworn in and are going to be led by the sheriffs. Remember, there's and I'll play the video at the end. When Juan O'Savin goes, "Don't go fussing." When some of these guys when it comes down to what's happening and these guys are taken out, I don't want you to go fussing about what. Anyway, I'll play the video here in a sec. But
yeah,
because I'm going to go eat some dinner and then I'm going to join
you need to eat.
Spaces afterwards. Right?
Good choice.
Okay, I guess we'll do Spaces.
Of course we are.
I know, Lisa, of course. Of
What are you
course.
talking about?
You can see a live happy hour and then Spaces afterwards live if you come to June 21st to the room in Metamora.
Oh, it's
Oh, you want to hear some?
time.
You want to hear some? Like going Lisa ranting. You'll hear it.
I will be uncensored.
Taking the gloves off. Taking the mask off.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys there. Go to clintwestwood.net.
Yep.
Find all the information. And I got to go. Nana's putting dishes away. I got to
You're
get some
probably girl.
closing.
You need to eat, girl.
She's closing the kitchen. Closing the kitchen. Got to go. All right.
All right. Love y'all. Trust yourselves.
They murdered my family. They thought they murdered me. My actions are not vengeance. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Telling you that. Do you get it? We are in a war. It's a digital war. You just watch what happened a couple minutes ago, and then you're wondering, but why doesn't he tell us this detail right here? Why? Why the fuck do you think I don't? Are you pissed yet? You've got days to save your country. And when people do what they have to do, don't be fussing like somebody is overstepping the line. If you hear that from somebody, Tell them to shut the fuck up and get out of our face. We're not letting the steal stand. Take that and stuff it right up your ass. It's not gonna happen. Am I being clear enough? Me?
My administration will be here for you every single step of the way. We've done everything we can do, and now we're just waiting for the storm. And I guess it's right behind me. It's following me.
We're on the front lines of the most important battle in history, and it is the battle to save democracy and freedom and human liberty and human dignity from this totalitarian cartel that is trying to rob us simultaneously in every nation in the world of the rights that every human being is born with. So thank you for your courage, thank you for your commitment, and thank you for your brotherhood. And I can pledge to you that I will go down dying with my boots on, fighting side by side with all of you to make sure that we return these rights and preserve them for our children. And I will see all of you on the barricades. Thank you.
I'm gonna pull the whole thing down. I'm gonna bring the whole fucking diseased, corrupt temple down on your head. It's gotta be biblical.